What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining me. This is episode 2 of Cars in Quarantine. Just in case you missed the last episode, I'm gonna go ahead and link it right here. And basically, Cars in Quarantine is a new series I added to my channel where I'm basically just sitting down talking about cars. It could be new cars, cars I like, old cars, cars I think are going to depreciate, anything revolving around cars. And before we get into this video, I want to go ahead and thank you guys so much for all the support I got on last video. You guys absolutely crushed it. I have, I think, like 200 views on that video, which is by far my most, so thank you so much. And without further ado, let's get into this video. So this video is going to be the same sort of setup as last video where I have whatever I'm looking at on my computer on the screen. I'm just going to have a little face cam in the corner. But today's video is going to be on the 2022 BRZ and why I think it's an absolute steal of a car. So let's get on with the show. So I'm looking at the car right now, and you can see the whole car is completely redesigned. I'm not gonna go over the design of the car too much. You guys can make your own opinion on whether or not you like it. I'm just gonna go over why I think it's an absolute steal for the price point. New to 2022, Subaru completely redesigned the BRZ, and I think at the listed MSRP, it is an absolute steal. So let me go ahead and tell you why. First off, the 2022 BRZ has a starting MSRP of just under $29,000. And what's crazy is that number is the exact same MSRP for the 2020 BRZ. So when you put that into perspective, car manufacturers spend millions upon millions redesigning cars. So to completely redesign a car and re-engineer a car, including the power plant and the drivetrain, and then charge the same amount, that right there is some serious value. So now I'm gonna move on and go over the capabilities of the car. And I know what everyone's gonna say, the BRZ needed to be faster, it needed a turbo, blah, 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 blah. But I originally thought that, then when you think about it, the point of the car is not to be extremely fast in a straight line. It's supposed to be a fun daily driver car, a driver car in general, with the capabilities of being a fun little weekend car that can go down some windy roads or even be taken to the track. It will never compete with the 3-liter Supra or the Nissan 400Z because quite frankly, it's just not in the price range. Those cars are about $15,000 to $20,000 more expensive. And with the car being rear-wheel drive, it's near perfect weight distribution and weighing only 2,900 pounds. And 2,900 pounds is not a lot by any means for modern cars. I can only imagine how fun this car would be to throw around corners. So now let's go ahead and talk about the drivetrain. As I mentioned before, the BRZ is getting a new engine that is not turbocharged. In 2022, the BRZ is getting a 2.4-liter naturally aspirated boxer engine, and it'll produce 228 horsepower and 184 pound-feet of torque. And as far as I know, I do not think this is the same engine as in the WRX. Now, as much as the power increase is nice and all, I'm more focused on that torque number. For those of you who have driven the previous BRZ, we can all agree that the torque mapping was absolute garbage on that car. It was just straight up trashed. I have no idea why Subi decided to give an NA sports car a torque mapping that was so brutal, but regardless, they did. Now again, I know everyone wanted a turbo on this car, but the reason why they didn't add a turbo actually makes a lot of sense. Subaru said that by adding a turbo, the price would significantly increase, which makes perfect sense. The fact that they're able to give us a new, bigger engine that produces more power at the same MSRP with a redesigned model, I just think that's awesome. And not to mention, they gave an option for a 6-speed manual, so cheers, Subaru. Cheers. Now let's go ahead and just take a minute to talk about the interior. Now, the interior is nice, don't get me wrong. It's nothing special. It's almost the exact same as the interior we have now in the current BRZ. Nothing wrong with that. It's sporty, it's nice seats, pretty simple all around. But at the end of the day, it's not a luxury car, it's a sports car. It's supposed to be on the more plain side for the interior, especially at the price point they're offering it at. You can't really expect a nice BMW-esque interior that's in the Supra. Finally, let's go ahead and compare the BRZ to one of its competition. The car I'm gonna go ahead and compare it to is a 2021 2-liter Toyota Supra. So that's the Supra that they're offering now with the 2-liter 4-cylinder. And I'm gonna go ahead and keep this one short and sweet. If you wanna hear my opinion on the Supra, go back and check out the last Cars in Quarantine. I'll link it right here again. And in that video, I go over the Mark V Supra and compare it to the Nissan 400Z. Let's just go ahead and hop in and compare the specs of the Supra and compare it to the ones of the BRZ that I presented before. So the 4-liter Supra has a bit more horsepower, coming in at 255, and it is a little more tunable just because it's turbocharged. But that being said, it starts at almost $44,000, and that's like $15,000 more for what, like 25 more horsepower? So that being said, although the Supra has better power figures, I just think the value of the BRZ is just so far ahead that you can't even compare the two. Now I want to go ahead and hear your opinion, just based off looks, no power, no price point, just strictly based off looks. Between the BRZ and the Supra, which one do you think looks better? Let me know down below in the comments. So just to summarize, all in all, I was never really a huge fan of the BRZ, but with all the newer entry-level sports car getting so expensive, I think the BRZ is an absolutely incredible value. So there you guys have it. Let me know down below what you think of the new BRZ. I really hope that you guys enjoy the series Cars in Quarantine. I know I'm having a hell of a good time making it, so regardless, I'm just gonna keep on pumping out videos. I decided that I'm gonna release my Cars in Quarantine episodes every Wednesday, so subscribe and look forward to that. But on that note, make sure you like this video if you enjoyed, subscribe if you want more content, and make sure to leave a comment. Thank you so much and have yourself a great day.